command. We're going to start with our hands at our heart, and you can start standing equal weight among the four corners of your feet. Just take a moment to make a transition from your outside world to your inside world. Let the eyes soften or close. Inhaling, expand the breath into the rib cage, sideways, backwards, frontways. And as you exhale, gently pull your abdominals in. We're going to do that 2 more times. Just taking a moment to come inside. Inhale. And exhale, pulling the abdominals in. We'll take that 1 more time. Inhale through the nose. Notice where the breath goes. Expand the rib cage 3-dimensionally. And exhale, pull the belly in. And we're going to let the fingertips go down towards the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then let's take a little bit of a sway right. Inhale. And exhale, left. Inhale, like someone's pulling your spine out of your pelvis. And over. Up. And over. Good. It's almost like you're pulling yourself up and over a barbed wire fence. So you're getting really tall with the inhale. And the exhale brings you over to the side. I'm going to do that 1 more time on each. Now the next time that you're on the right, stay here. And you can cross your left foot over your right. And your hand can come down to your thigh. Act like I'm pulling your arm, just like in class when we had live classes. This is going up and over. Now you can let your eyes soften as well. You're going to add rotation towards the floor and then back towards the sky. And just let this happen with your breath. You're linking breath with movement, which helps create a parasympathetic calming space. You can rotate towards the floor, rotate towards the sky. When you rotate towards the floor, you're going to feel a little bit more low back. When you rotate towards the sky, a little bit more in these obliques for posture. So let's find a place where you're rotating towards the floor. Hold here. Just breathe into this rib cage. You can actually direct the breath, and if you're having trouble with that, just be patient with yourself, or you can direct your nostrils in the direction you want the breath to go in that left rib cage. Take another inhale here. And then rotate towards the sky just a little bit. If there's any discomfort in your neck, it's okay to look down. You want to keep that neck happy. We're waking up from the shoulder down to the hip. Expand the rib cage with your breath. We'll take another inhale here. And on the exhale, pull the belly in, reach both arms up, uncross the feet so they're underneath the hips. Inhale up and over, like you're going over a barbed wire fence. Cross your right foot over the left. Your hand can come down on your thigh for a little bit of support. We're going to exhale, rotate towards the floor. Inhale, rotate towards the sky. Exhale, rotate towards the floor. Inhale, rotate towards the sky. So you're just going to listen to your body signals on how far to rotate. You want everything to feel good, therapeutic, nothing should hurt. If you're having any problems with balance, just leave the feet underneath the hips without that extra cross. Now when you're ready, exhale, slight rotation towards the floor. Act like I'm pulling your top arm, and you can let your eyes soften. So a lot of what we're doing with the stretches is we're creating a parasympathetic place for the body to heal, since it's in a heightened cortisol state sometimes during the day. And that's a healing space for your body. You're stretching the muscles, you're stretching the fascia, you're helping the nervous system. This little rotation down is more of the low back. Now you're going to inhale and rotate towards the sky a little bit. Hi, come on in. And you're going to feel that rotation happen. External obliques. Pam, we started off with some breathing, and then we did half moons on each side. So we're on the second side. Good. This side stretch is something you can do at home during a work break. It's got so many benefits for one little stretch. Shoulder health, back health, rib cage expansion, breath pliancy. posture, prevention of rounded shoulders, so many benefits. So take one more inhale, and on the exhale, both hands reach up, lower those hands down. We're gonna take a little pose for the balance. So lift and spread your toes. Lift and spread your toes. Keep going. I'm just gonna show you what my little toes are doing when I say that. See how they lift and spread? And I want space between my toes if I can. If that doesn't happen, get down there and make it happen the best you can. That's gonna help with balance overall. So lift and spread the toes. The hands are neurologically tied to the toes. That's why I'm adding this. It's like you're drumming your fingers on a table. Shift your weight to your left foot. Inhale, lift your right foot to your calf or to your inner thigh. This is called tree pose. Your hips are level. You can lift your arms up. Now, as you do this, if you would like to add on a little harder pose, your elbow can come behind you, your other hand can touch. And this is static balance. Your jawline is parallel to the floor, and that's going to set up a vestibular system that is easier to maintain balance. Let the breath expand the rib cage back and sides. You have a calm determination to maintain balance. Soft eyes on the horizon. Ideally on a body that does not move. Just notice the subtle little contractions that happen around the ankle, the thigh, to keep you balanced. And you're like a tree. It's okay if you move with the wind. It's okay if you move. You're standing tall. 5. There you go. Good, Jean. 4. It's okay if you fall. You just put your foot back up and notice any judgments that come. Let go of any judgments. Just be in the moment. Take another inhale. Release your arms. Let the transition be your posture as well. Your hands can come down to your heart. Sama Sitihi means balancing the mind-body breath. So we take a moment to balance the mind-body breath. Sama means same. So balancing the mind-body breath. Lift and spread your toes. Lift the other foot to your calf or to your inner thigh. Now what's happening here is your foot's pushing on your leg and your leg's pushing back. This co-contraction is going to maintain balance in your midline. If you'd like to add on, the arms are up. If you'd like to add on from here, you can pat yourself on the back with your left hand. Your right arm might work its way up. Notice that sometimes that dominant arm is a little hard to get behind you. Make sure nothing hurts. We can create growth and gains without hurting. Jawline parallel to the floor. From the side, your ear is in line with your shoulder, making sure the head doesn't poke forward. Let the inhale length match the exhale length. Eyes are soft. This beautiful tree posture. Just notice what happens as you're in a balance pose without judgment, just observing the self. Notice you might be able to take a fuller breath. You look beautiful. It's great, Pam. I'm going to take another inhale and see if you can make the transition your yoga. So just in life, the transition is just as important as the thing we're doing. Inhale. Your palms can come together. And the thumbs are going to gently come down to your heart. Perfect. Inhale. And on your exhale, lower that left foot down. Gorgeous. Now just do the best you can on this next. We're going to do a little vinyasa. Please listen to your body. If you need to do something else, that's fine. We're going to go into a back bend. I'm turning so you can see me from the side. On the exhale, your hands are going to go to the floor. My cameraman has to adjust my camera. Now, hands to the floor, your feet go back. This is a plank. Take a moment. If this is too hard, you can take a child's pose with your hips, your knees on the floor. Otherwise, hold 5, 4, good. 3, building abdominal strength. 3, 2. Now, if you're adding on, you're going to elbow bend and take an up dog. This is a open chest, open upper back posture. If this does not serve you, you can take a child's pose. You can do standing tree. Find something that is happy for your body. Take an inhale. Now on your exhale, curl your toes. If you'd like, you can add a push-up and then another downward dog. Now this is an upside down V. You're gonna drop one heel and then the other. Your neck is soft. Your shoulder blades are wide. This is gonna feel like the back of your legs getting a stretch. Downward dog is also kind of like a bear going in its cave. It's about just going inside. Changing your perspective. Lift up your heels and lower. Inhale, lift up both heels and lower. Lift up both heels and lower. And then keep both heels down. Lift your sit bones, which are these bones in your booty. You're lifting up, that's going to lengthen that hamstring. If you'd like to add on, put your left foot on top of your right heel and isolate that right calf in a stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now let that foot down and take the other foot on top of the heel. And take 5. See if one leg's tighter than the other. 4, 3, 2. Now both heels are down. If you want to try to lift your toes, it's going to make a deeper stretch. If you lift your toes off the floor, it reciprocally inhibits the calf. It's going to deepen that stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now look up at your hands. You can step, or if you want to practice a jump, you want to land like a cat, as soft as you can. If you're not sure what I mean, you can watch me. I bend, I do a handstand for just a moment. Soft, land like a mountain lion. Your back is long. Now let your blood pressure readjust, but come up into a bit of a back bend. Hold that thought. 4, 3, 2, and on the exhale, hands come down. For balance, right hand to your right foot. I'm going to turn so you can see what I mean. Hold on. If that's not working out, just put your hand on an object that can help you or use a strap. Stand tall, ribs down, pubic bone up. Hold. So what we're doing is making sure this hip doesn't kick out like you're holding a child on your hip. You want to bring that hip in. Hold that. 10. I love it. That looks beautiful. 9. The leg that's long on the foot on the floor has a softness to it, like there's a marshmallow in the knee. 8. It's okay if you lose your balance, just get right back up. Notice what thoughts come to mind and let them go. This is also a great chest and shoulder opener to prevent rounded shoulders, to help with posture. If you'd like to add on, push your femur, push your foot into your hand. I'm going to turn to my side so you see what I mean. Soft gaze, calm determination. I'm going to turn so I can see you. 8. Beautiful. 7. 6. Palm is up in a state of receptivity. 5. 4. Keep the breath calm. So what you're doing is training the body that under a little bit of stress or new or change, that you're keeping the breath calm. When you can control your breath, you can help control the emotional state inside. Inhale. Now as calmly as you came up, that's good, Shireen. That foot and ankle were getting so strong. Lower that foot. The whole side of your body might feel a little more open. Let's do the other side. Arm comes up. Hold on to your hand to your foot or your ankle. Open up that shoulder, open up that chest. Ribs pull down, and what's happening is your abs are firing just a little bit, 5 or 10%, and the pubic bone pulls up. That's also your abs. That way your low back doesn't take over. We don't want that sway back. We want abs on. Hold. Good. Let the breath calm the physiology. Good. As you get more warmed up, you're going to feel that hip open more. And Betty, see if you can use your abs to pull your pubic bone up a little bit. Lengthen that hip. Pull the ribs down just a little bit. There you go. Take another inhale. As you're ready, if you're adding on, you can push your foot into your hand. And I know it's tempting just to fold over at the waist, but it's really more about, this is Natavajasana, dancer, it's really more about that thigh coming up. You see how I'm opening my chest and shoulder? Listen to your body. Find something ahead of you on the horizon to focus your gentle gaze. 10, 9, neck is soft. 8, 7, I'm going to turn to you, keep going. 6, good, soft smile. 5, 4, great. 3, 2, square those hips if you can. That body's going to try to rotate you. 2, now with grace, your transition is your yoga. Coming back, lower the foot, hands to the heart. Samasthitihi, balancing the mind and the breath. You notice how your hands together calms the physiology. It's hard to be upset with the hands together at the heart. Exhale down, inhale, lift the arms, sit in a little chair. Utkatasana is chair posture. I'm going to tilt my camera down. Notice that your knees are in line with your middle hip or in line with your second toe. Shoulder blades are down the back, so we never have any tension up here. If you'd like to add on, palms together. Inhale. Exhale, add a rotation. You might be able to hook your elbow on the outside of that thigh, push the palms together, and you're opening up your upper back. 5, strengthening the legs. 4, 3, 2, inhale, face front. Take a moment. Are the hips, knees, and second toe in alignment? Once you've established that base, keep the femurs the same. Palms together. Add a rotation from the thoracic or upper back. The legs stay the same. Hook that elbow on the thigh, press the palms, open up the thoracic spine. 5, the upper back. 4, 3, 2, soft gaze. Take another inhale. On the exhale, gently come back. Face front, stand up, Samasthitihi, hands together. Vinyasa, fingertips towards the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up, slight back bend. Exhale, hands go to the mat. Feet go to the rear, pause in plank. If you'd like to add on to plank, pull your right knee under like you're a flamingo or a mountain lion. 5, 4, 3, 2, right foot back, left knee under, hold. 5, 4, strong hands, you want shoulder blades flat on the back. 2, inhale, exhale, that foot comes back. If you're adding on, bend your elbows, up dog. Open up your heart. Lift your hips again. You can add a push up here, downward dog. Press the heels, you can do right and left here. Shake out any tension in the neck. Either hold the down dog, or if you would like to add on, drop your elbows down to the floor and do the down dog with the elbows down, which is a little harder. You don't have to, just keep whichever one you need. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, an arm challenge is to peel your elbows at the same time as opposed to one at a time. So it looks like that. There you go. You're in down dog again. Step or jump up to your hands. Land like a mountain lion. Land softly like a cat. Halfway up. Once your blood pressure settles, go all the way up. Teeny bit of back bend. Inhale. Back bend here. Now on the exhale, hands come back to your heart. Step or jump out about 4 feet wide, land like a cat. So we're keeping our fascia springy, just like you see an animal running in the wild. We want springy fascia. Take an inhale. Your ankles are roughly over your wrists are roughly over your ankles. Keep that as you exhale, go forward. If you can, interlace your fingers at your lower back. Take the arms overhead. Shake out your tension in your neck. Good. I like it. You're going to feel some inner thigh stretch. You're going to feel your shoulders and your chest. If that's too much on your shoulders, put your hands down by your ankles. Otherwise, just let this head hang like a ripe fruit. Knees are long, but they're soft.
Exhales are going to let your body release further tension. That's what a good exhale does. It releases body tension just like a dog on the living room floor after a long walk. Exhale. 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 Gravity's just pulling the arms down. Take another inhale and let your hands come down to your ankles. Lift your heart for a moment. Exhale, forward fold, and let your hands pull on your ankles to encourage a deeper stretch without stress. Shake out any tension. Scan your body with each exhale. See if you can release tension from other places. Where do you tend to hold your tension, and let the exhale release that area. Let the hands come underneath the shoulders and in between the feet. Inhale, lift. It's almost like you're recalibrating. Exhale, forward fold again. Let your hands assist you by pulling on the floor a little bit. Inner thigh stretch. I'm going to look at you. Keep your posture. Everybody looks good. From the side, your hip, your knee, and your ankle are all in the same vertical plane. You're not shifting your hips back. Your pelvis looks neutral, looks level. I like it. 3, 2, we're going to add on a hammock posture. So walk your hands forward, almost like you're adding down dog together. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Down dog plus the spread out wide ankle pose, which is called Prasarita Padottanasana in Sanskrit. So you're wide in the feet and your hands are like down dog. You're like a little upside down V, but with wide legs. It's going to feel like your shoulders and your chest release and your inner thighs. Shake out the neck. Good. I love it. 5. If you need more stretch, you can toe in more. Heels out, toes in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now as you're ready, walk your hands more underneath you. Take your hands to your hips, right and left. Go up halfway. Your back is like a table. This is also a chance for blood pressure to readjust. Now once your blood pressure feels more settled, push into the floor, come into a bit of a back bend. Inhale, heart lifts. 3, 2, go back into a vertical. Stay where you are. I'm just turning so you can see me. Pull your right toes towards the side room and bend that knee. Feel how you have a strong right thigh and see how you have a long left thigh. Open up your palms. Act like I'm pulling both your arms or someone's playing tug of war with you. And we're going to look majestically over that right middle finger. Warrior 2, hold. Expand that upper back. Palms are open. So you can imagine it's the first day of spring and you're so excited that sun's out and the flowers are blooming and your palms are open. You're in a field of beautiful flowers. Right knee on top of the heel. Calm the breath here. Take another inhale. Now as you exhale, this right elbow can come down to your thigh. Your left arm can go over your ear like a beautiful rainbow. Spiral your rib cage open. Notice how both shoulders are down the back. Those of you that want it harder, you can go down to the floor. Please listen to your body. Now expand with the breath, expand the rib cage. You're using your breath to keep the fascia happy and healthy and pliant, to keep that shoulder long. You will keep going. There is a fun little wrap here that if you've been taking it for a while, you can do this. I don't want you to do it if it's too hard. Just do it if it's calling your name. 5, 4, beautiful. 3, 2. Now we're taking an inhale. On your exhale, strong right leg, come back up. Now anytime you need to, breathe and rest, but otherwise take that left hand to your thigh, go up and over.
Good, stay there. You're good. Jean, you're good. I just had to adjust the camera. Yes. Breathe into this rib cage. Your head might be tempted to fall ahead of the rest of your body. Keep it back like you're framing your face. You're framing your head. Act like I'm pulling your arm. Add breath to any tight areas. You're shining light in all the dark areas. That right leg is working hard. Got your knee going one way, your hand going the other way. There's a lot of oppositional actions in yoga. Take another inhale. Now on the exhale, open up, expand, straighten that right leg. It's happy to straighten. Turn the toes in. Pull the left toes facing the other wall. Bend the left knee. Now that knee's on top of the heel. If you look down, it's not drifting inward. You want to be able to see your big toe. Palms open in a state of receptivity. Look over that left hand, majestically gazing over the left middle finger. Keep going. You're spiraling your thighs away. It's called external rotation. Your thighs are opening up so they don't collapse towards the midline. You want expansion. Good, I like what I see. Hips are opening. Take another inhale. On your exhale, stay long in your spine as you bring that forearm down to your thigh. That may be enough. To add on, your arm goes over your ear. Now, some of you went down, hands to the floor, hand to the floor. You can do that too. Please listen to your body. Yep, I know your feet are working, Jean. You're doing great. Correct. Spiral your torso. You can imagine I have my hand here and I'm opening up your rib cage. Yes. But I'm pulling your arm. Yeah, oh, if you have that urge to move that arm, that is just fine. Some of you even did that advanced wrap where your arm comes behind you and you wrap. Spiral back, left shoulder blade towards the wall behind you if you're doing that. Right shoulder blade towards the wall behind you. Beautiful. And you want your neck to be happy, so if you need to look down, that's fine. Keep the breath calm. Notice where the mind goes when it's offered new areas of stress or change. And then bring it back to a state of equilibrium. When you're ready, inhale. Come up. This leg is working. Inhale, lift. Exhale, the other way, but you see how you lift up and over. Sink into that thigh while your arm goes the other way. Good, I like what I see. Head pulls back just a little bit, Pam, if that's okay. Chin, yeah, there you go. Frame that beautiful face. And Jean, is that knee bent, the right knee or your left knee? Yeah, so you're stretching away from the thigh that's bent. So now go that way if you haven't. There you go. Good. Your hip to your fingers are long. You're spiraling your rib cage back. Expand that breath. Feel the ribs separate. The ribs are attached to the vertebra, so when you expand the ribs, they actually create space between the vertebra. The intervertebral disc are getting plumped and nourished. That's what we want for a healthy back. You're as young as your spine. There's a saying in yoga, you're as young as your spine. Now take another inhale. On your exhale, straighten it up. I know that was hard. You did so great. We're going to go to this Prasarita Padottanasana pose again. It's going to feel more open. Let everything go. Shake it out. Four, three, two,
Let your hands come back to your hip bones. Inhale to a halfway up position. Let your blood pressure adjust. Take a moment. Push your feet into the floor and power up. Elbows come to the rear. Lift your heart. Act like a golden thread is attached to your heart, lifting you up to the sky. So you're never collapsing in your low back. You're lifting up. Your chin is slightly tucked, like you have an orange underneath your chin, so your neck is happy. The upper back is our focus. We never want to hurt the neck for the upper back. Exhale, fire the abs so you're back into neutral. You can shimmy your feet back in a heel to toe fashion, or you can step and land like a mountain lion in the middle. Samasthiti, hands to the heart. Take a moment. Gorgeous. Inhale, the arms are going to go down. Inhale, lift the arms, sit. Perfect. If you'd like to add on, you're going to lift the heels. Now you're in high heels. All the toes have equal weight. You're going to feel the ankles are going to try to sickle out, like if you accidentally sprained them before. You want to put an imaginary ping pong ball right here between your heels so they don't sickle out. We're building strength in those ankles. 5, 4, 3. Now in the heel lift position, stand tall with the knees long, and then, oops, I messed up. Keep going, but it doesn't matter. And lift up. Heels are lifted. Keep the heels lifted, building strength in the ankles. Whoa, keep going. The worst that can happen is your heel lowers to the floor and you readjust. Stay low again. 5, heels up. 4, 3, 2. Lower the heels, hands come down. Shake it out. You're going to place your hands on the floor, feet go back. You're in a high push-up. Now, if you can do a side plank, if that doesn't serve you, if you have any shoulder issues going on, don't do a high plank. You can do a child's pose or anything else. Inhale. Now, on the exhale, hand comes down. Other side, if you're doing that, open up. Side plank. You're in a toaster slot. Inhale. Exhale, both hands. If you're adding on, bend the elbows, take an up dog. Lift your hips out of push-up, down dog, and pause. Now in the down dog, we're gonna go into a frog posture. Lower your knees. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see me. And open the knees. I'm gonna be turning sideways. If you know the pose, please take what you need, but your elbows can rest so your head has somewhere to go. From the side, your booty's in the air, not back at your heels at this moment, it's in the air. Yeah, and then your head's lower. That's gonna feel like inner thighs. I'm gonna decrease the height of my camera. If you need to as well, you can. I'm gonna show you a backup plan. If frog just doesn't feel good to you, you're gonna do bound angle, which looks like this. Otherwise, do the frog. And rest. And just let your eyes soften. Yes, everyone looks good. Imagine the muscles of the pelvic floor melting. So the muscles that control the bladder, you're just letting them go. Relax your glutes. You're decompressing the spine. Since the hips are higher than the shoulders, creating space for the intervertebral disc to get plump and nourished. That's going to create more cushion in the spine. If you feel like your knees can open up more, go for it. You can imagine you're just resting like a frog on a lily pad, with all the cattails around and a calm stream of water, just resting. See how much you can send a signal to the muscles of the inner thighs to relax. And then notice if body tension occurs elsewhere in your body and let that go. Relax your scalp, relax your eyes, relax your ears, relax your mind. When the mind wanders, gently bring it back to the breath as a way to attach to the present moment. Just notice where the breath goes. Bias the exhale in order to release physiological tension. Make this your turn to just slow everything down. Notice what happens in the body as you're in a position, as you're relaxing. Let those thoughts go, let them drift on by, and come back to the breath. If you can add an extra sigh or a yawn, that's another way to help re-regulate the body, so you can give yourself permission to do that. Take another inhale. As you're ready, gently walk your way back up and go towards a downward facing dog and just shake it out. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. We're going to shift our body in towards a plank long enough to get down towards the belly, and it's going to be down. Let your legs go long. Let your hands come beside you like you're a rocket ship. Lift up your upper body. Now just let your breath organically lift you. This is for posture. Good. I'm going to adjust my camera as well, Betty. You're lifting up with your inhale. Now I was looking at you, but I'm going to show you what a good neck looks like. So your gaze is down so that you don't have any tension in your neck. Your inhale naturally lifts you organically. You can imagine you have a piece of ice underneath your belly and that you're trying to pull your belly away from it. That just helps your low back from getting too arched towards the floor. You have some activity in your glutes and your hamstrings, but you're not cracking walnuts with your booty. It's not that tense, it's just a little toned. Now inhale, relax, rest your head or your cheek on the floor. We're going to add on. This is the thoracic extensor, so important. Good. Let's take our hands and hover them above the floor. This is your place for some of us, but if you want to add on, you press your hands into the floor and you peel up. Like a snake coming out of a basket. Inhale, lift. Now hold this, shoulder blades are down the back. You're really making sure your shoulders aren't by your ears. Your shoulders are down the back. Elbows are pointed down towards the floor. Let your breath experience how it feels to have an upper back extension. This is so important for posture, and posture begets mood, and mood begets posture. So it's not just the bones and the muscles we're helping the hormones of the body. Upright posture. Inhale. Your eyes can soften. Exhale, lower down. We are doing this again. Act like you're putting down a beautiful string of pearls as you lower down your spine one vertebra at a time. Take an inhale, activate your abs, lift up your back without your hands. If you're adding on, let your hands assist you up. And I like to bias the pinky side of my hand. Press the pinky into the floor. Feel that pinky. That's going to help you connect to these muscles here, the serratus anterior, that help you stabilize your shoulder blades. It's going to help you have good form. Open up the chest. It's like you feel sunshine on your chest on the first spring day. Eyes can soften. Only go up as high as you feel like you can keep your upper back safe, your low back safe. You're not sagging in the low back. Everything I see looks good. Shoulder blades just a tiny lower, Betty, I think. Just a tiny, yep, that was it. That was great. Inhale. Exhale, lower. We're doing it again. Listen to your body. Nothing should hurt. Inhale, lift up. Let your hands assist you. And hold. Send the breath to the front, the chest, the heart. The heart expands. This is a bold, courageous posture. The heart is open and exposed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and exhale. Lower back down. Now we're going to take a child's pose in between. You can push your hips back towards your heels. If your low back, if your knees don't like to be this flexed, just leave your booty in the air. Otherwise, enjoy. 5. You can act like I'm pressing on your low back, palm pressing all the way up to your upper back. And then come back out to your belly. Lie down, pull that piece of ice. There's a piece of ice underneath your belly and you're pulling away. That's how you lengthen your low back. If you can, interlace your fingers at your lower spine. If they won't reach, just put your hands beside like that rocket. Inhale, lift up your back. If you can, lift up your arms. If you can, lift up your thighs and just let the breath organically ride you up and down like you're on a raft in a gentle ocean wave. Lift up. Make sure your neck is free of tension. You can just actually release your neck here by shaking it out. Lift up. 5. This is Shalabhasana. 1 more. Lower yourself and switch which way your hands are. So if your right pinky's on the outside, now hold hands the other way, left pinky on the outside. If none of that makes sense, just do the best you can of whatever you have. Lift up. Breathe. The toes are off the floor. The knees are off the floor. The arms are lifting off your booty. Check your neck. It's the one joint that's easiest to get hyperextended, so you're probably needing to tilt the chin down a little if you have any tension. 5. Eyes are soft. 4. Enjoy the ride. 3. 2. Lower down. Now you can do that again, or if you would like to add bow pose, this is a more difficult pose, so if it's not for you, please stick with what we just did. That's why I did it in that order. If you're adding on, your feet are in your hands. Pubic bone pulls towards the navel, lift up, and act like you're trying to get by with as little energy as you can to do this pose. As little as you can. 5. 4. 3. 2. Lower down. You're either going to do that interlaced finger position again or take this one more time. You're doing so well. Inhale, lift up. Let the breath assist you. Press the feet. Neck soft. How light can you be here? Inhale. Lower yourself. Child pose. This child's pose, we're going to put our knees a little wider and let your belly go right down the middle. The belly goes right down the middle and it's making room for that diaphragmatic breath. The diaphragmatic breath is one other tool you can use to tap into the parasympathetic system. So expand your belly in between your knees. Keep going. I'm just looking at you for form. This type of flexion also calms the nervous system. Anytime you feel like you're deregulated, you can come back to a flexion and calm everything down. Take another inhale. And on the exhale, come back. Now we are going to do a seated posture. If you have trouble sitting on the floor, if it makes you feel like your low back is rounded, you can always sit on something, a pillow, a roller. Take the legs out. Take your left hand to your inner right knee. I'm going to show a couple different ways to do this. So if you're familiar with this pose, please go to where you know. This is the way some of you know. But if that just doesn't work out, you can put your hand on the outside, or you can sit on a block, or you can lie on your back and place your feet in the air like a big V. So you're just listening to your body. If you notice any judgments or criticisms coming up, you observe it, you let it go, and you breathe into the places that your body has tension. Use the breath to put light in those dark places. You notice how you can use your body's intuition, that you might feel like you want to have these little rotational nuances. That gentle rocking motion also helps calm the nervous system. Just find a place that feels good. Eyes are closed or soft. Beautiful. Filling up that entire rib cage.
This is so good for the shoulders. This also helps prevent rounded shoulders. Feel the inner thighs. Feel the ribs separate. You're keeping the secondary respiratory muscles and primary respiratory muscles pliant like Play-Doh in the sunshine. That springy fascia is what keeps us feeling good, feeling young. You think about an animal in the wild, they're springy. When they run, they're springy. That's how we want to be. Springy fascia, healthy, elastic fascia. Take another inhale. It feels so good, it's hard to come out, I know. We're just going to do the best we can.
Now notice this side feels extremely open. Take that hand here, up and over.
If that's not working out and you need more support, just put your hand on the outside of your thigh, that's just fine. You can act like I'm behind you and I'm gently opening up your rib cage. Let your eyes soften, and that's going to also keep the outside world away and keep the inside world in your focus. Our goal here is to let yourself focus on you, to decrease the external focus, bring the focus inside. Feel the breath go in the nose, it drags on the back of the throat, and it expands the rib cage. Let your exhales release tension from the areas we're stretching and from any other areas that you notice you tend to hold stress. This is a great time to observe where your body holds tension without judgment. Relaxing. And just enjoy the fact that you're taking a moment for you to recalibrate your inside world. And then it's so much easier to handle the outside world. Take another inhale. And I know it's hard to come out. Just know that we have another juicy one coming right away, and that's right down the middle. You're gonna feel like it's a little easier. Go right down the middle. Those of you that can hold on to your big toe, you can separate that. If you're just here 1 inch into it, that's great. You're gonna let go of judgment and inner criticisms, and let yourself appreciate that your body is able to be here now, your mind is here now, your breath is here now. Observing the breath. If the mind wanders, just gently bring it back like you're calling a puppy dog. Just like you're training a new puppy dog, you're just training the mind to stay focused, and you're giving yourself permission to take care of you. Take an inhale and so slowly sequence the spine back up.
We're going to use our abdominals to roll down with our feet in front, and just take about 10 counts to come down. Your hands can be underneath. Inhale, 10.
Yep, if you want it harder, your hands are letting go. 5. As you get lower, you notice your feet want to be further away from you. Your body's trying to equalize that weight on the side of the fulcrum, like a seesaw. Now you can take a full body stretch, arms overhead, leg stretch. Act like you're climbing a ladder. One leg shifts past the other. That's happening from your QL, not your knee bend, but from your QL. Your knees are long. Stretch your arms. And that's a great little low back stretch you can do on your own, by the way. Now you're going to take your right foot on the floor for a moment. Lift the hips so you kind of scooch them over, which is a technical term in yoga. Scooch the hips. Take your knee down. Left hand on that thigh. Now your right arm can go out like a T or a Y, palm up. Look that way. I'm going to look at you though because I want to see your form. So just give yourself permission to let go here. It's almost like you're wringing out a wash rag and you're filling it with fresh water, fresh breath, and then you're wringing it out. So your inhale lengthens your body and your exhale releases tension in the shoulder and the chest. Let your next exhale release any tension in the upper back. Rotation, flexibility and rotation of the upper back also helps with preventing that rounded look that people get sometimes without intervention. So a lot of these things we're doing are helping with posture. And because the posture begets the mood and helps the breath, it's helping with energy overall. Feel that low back length from the rib to the pelvis. Feel your hip relax. Feel your thigh relax. And just let your eyes soften. You're enjoying yourself. You can put yourself in a field of beautiful wildflowers. High alpine field, like in Crested Butte. All the wildflowers of different vertical heights and different beautiful colors surround you, and you're on a very comfortable blanket with a perfectly blue sky and white cotton ball clouds drifting by. You can hear the quaking aspen in the background, rolling you into a sense of calm. You're going to take another inhale, and as you exhale, realign the spine. Your right leg is going to go very long. Your left foot's going to be on the floor so that you can scooch your hips into stacked. You see how they're stacked here. Right hand on that thigh, left arm goes out like a T or a Y. You're going to be looking that way. Now let your eyes soften or close. The eyes calmly close in order to invoke the parasympathetic system. That's our healing system. That's going to offset when we accidentally get into too high of a sympathetic state during the day. So let yourself have this time. Let your mind stay in the moment. All the other things of the day will be there when you're finished, so we're just going to stay here for this moment. Relax your hip. Relax your low back. Relax your upper back. You can separate your lips to help relax the tension around the jaw, the eyes. Feel the hands soften. Let it all go. You can put yourself back in that field of flowers, green grass, aspen quaking. You can hear the wind hitting the aspen. Flowers of all colors. Look at their textures, and you're asking all of your senses to be involved, to more ground yourself in the present moment and use the image muscles of the mind. See the blue sky and the white clouds. Letting go. We're going to take another inhale, and as we exhale, lie in the back and take the right ankle to the left thigh and reach your hands through the window and just open up that hip. Now if you would like a pillow under your head, if you feel like your head's getting pulled off, you can grab a pillow. If you feel like you want to move your ankles here, the ankle is free and it's a nice place to do that. If that distracts you from your hip stretch, just focus on that. Keep placing yourself on that pillow in the green field of alpine meadow, full of flowers, black-eyed Susans, lupines, purple lupines, tall white conical flowers, yellows, purples, blues, pinks. I'm going to take another inhale. And if you need to stay longer, please do. This is your class. I'm just offering like a buffet of food. You take what you need, as long as you need. Reach your hands through and feel that other hip. You can rock. You can stay still. You can move the ankles. I'm going to encourage you to tap into your body's wisdom of what you need. Leave the eyes soft or closed. Melting the hips just like you're melting butter on a skillet. Feeling the body spread out just like pancake batter on the grill. Bringing your mind back to the images that you see feel the air on your face. Hear the aspen quaking. And in your image, you may even hear birds overhead. You can smell the sweet smell of sugar pine. The tree smells sweet like cotton candy with a hint of pine. Now, as you're ready, you can take a moment to lie flat on the back. If you would prefer to put your legs up on the wall, that's fine too. Let everything rest as if you're on that beautifully comfortable blanket on the alpine meadow. Flowers are all around you. And you can see the reds and the oranges, the yellows and the whites, purples and the blues. And you feel the breeze calming your body. Hear the birds overhead. You can feel the aspen quaking. Hear the aspen quaking as the breeze moves through the trees. You can see the blue skies overhead with the white clouds drifting by in the most peaceful place. Feel how the back is flat on the floor. Let your exhales release any other tension in your body. Imagine the sun is the perfect temperature, warming your body, healing all the joint pain so that your body is free, your body is safe, you're in a safe place. Notice how it feels to be so well connected to nature and that it's supporting your wellness. Notice if you see any animals in your field, maybe deer with velvet on their antlers, or a red fox that's big fluffy hair is moving in the wind, or on the rocks, marmots sitting up looking around, some with white faces, some with brown. Birds overhead, butterflies on the beautiful flowers all around. So take a moment to absorb the scene and then gently wake up your fingers and your toes and take your time to sit up.
Let your hands come over your heart and take a moment to notice what other images come to mind as a way to further care for yourself today. Whatever comes to mind is right. And make a little promise to do that act today, even if it's just having a cup of tea. Notice how it feels good to know you're not going to abandon yourself. Whenever you're ready, let your eyes come open, come back into the room with so much care and appreciation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, guys.